In this video, we will see how to create an order management system using Airtable. We will be working with Airtable interfaces and automations to achieve this order management functionalities. By the end of this video, you will have a setup through which your sales team can create and manage orders. They'll be able to send these orders to customers or suppliers. They'll be able to create invoice out of sales order, and we'll also see how to automatically create purchase orders based on your inventory level. So let's get started. I'm getting a head start here, and I've already asked Airtable Omni to create a products table. So we have some sample products. This is for a fictional manufacturing company which produces office supplies. So we have some products and we have some raw materials, and we have some unit price, stock keeping units, and we also have an inventory where we record in each warehouse how many, which product is available for how many units, and we set up reorder level. So this reorder level is that minimum stock keeping unit kind of. So if our product goes below 50 here, then we'll create a purchase order and send it to supplier automatically. Okay, first we also have a suppliers and customers table. We'll be sending our sales orders to customers, and we'll send purchase order to supplier. Okay, first we'll create a sales order table. I will use Airtable Omni to help me out here to create a table schema. Create sales order table. Airtable Omni is pretty good at creating a standard schema. Sales order is a pretty standard setup, but sometimes it doesn't create line items. So for example here, we will have to modify this sales order quite a bit to accommodate our needs. Okay, so we have order ID, order date, we have order status. This is good. So what's missing is that here products is linked as a linked record, but we don't want this. We need to be able to link multiple products with varying quantities. So we'll create a junction table or line items table to do that. So I will delete many of these fields. Supplier information is not needed. Sales order line not needed. Instead of customer name, let's link it to our customer table. So only one customer will be linked to a particular sales order. Currently we don't want any of this information. Okay, we have a customer. Great, we have date, we have status. Okay, let's create a line items table now. We'll call it a sales order line item. Here too I will remove most of these fields. Okay, first we will link it with a sales order status, and then we'll link it with the product as well. Then we need to add a quantity here, just a number field, and then we'll bring in the unit price from products table. Okay, product and unit price. And then we create a formula field to create the total line item price. We'll just multiply quantity with the unit price. Great. Okay, this looks good. Okay, yeah, we have received this reciprocal field here. This looks good, and for total amount, we'll be using roll-ups. Roll up your sales order line item price, because your sales order will have multiple line items, and we'll just sum up the price to display it as total price. Okay, this looks good. I'll ask Airtable Omni to fill in some sample data. Add some sample sales order data in sales order table. Okay, great. It has added a few information that we'll have. So, if you want to have a sales order ID like this, what you can do is that you can create an auto number field. So we'll have it ID, and this one will change it to a formula field, and we'll say that it will be SO and 1000 plus your auto number field ID. Confirm change. Yeah. So now whenever you create a new record, it will automatically assign this sales order to you. Great. Now we have a customer. We'll add some line items. Okay. I will remove the first one as well as it's empty. Okay. So let's add like 3 line items to our first sales order. Okay, here too let's rename this ID field for line items. Instead of giving a name, we'll give a formula, and we'll say that this is the combination of sales order and product. Is it star or and? Think star. Okay, let's link it with the sales order, and let's link it with the product. Okay, I think it's and only. Yeah, we will add a dash as well. Okay, this looks good. Okay, we have a sales order, we have a product, and we'll say we are ordering 5 of these. Then we have a line item price. Similarly, we'll add a couple more products, product 2, and then we are ordering 10 of these quantities. We create one more sales order 4, then we'll create one more product, order 6 of these. Okay, this looks good. Now we have a oh, I created it for a different sales order here. Sales order. Okay. Okay, nice. Now we have this information. Great. So let's go ahead and create our first interface. We will first allow our sales team to confirm this order, and then we'll set up we'll have a setup where sales team can send this order to customer. I'll just hide this. Okay, let's go to interfaces. Build it yourself. So a few things about Airtable interface that I learned is that the predefined layouts they are providing is completely not completely It's like a different version. So, for example, they call this blank layout as legacy interface. So, all the new features they will be adding to interfaces, it looks like it will predominantly be available in predefined layouts. So, we'll try to use predefined layouts as much as possible here. First, we'll create a sales orders list view. So, we'll just go ahead and create this. It's pretty straightforward. Great. So now we have a list view, and if you want to add any actions to interfaces, in each page they have this option called buttons inside user actions. So you can add a button here. So for example, let's say we want to allow our sales team to create a new sales order from here. Then we'll add a button and then we'll say that add a sales order, and we'll say that open record creation form. So it will, now if a user clicks on it, it will automatically open. Why is it linked to products table? Okay, and data source will be sales order. Yeah, now your sales team can create a sales order via this. We will add a few more button. I think there was an option to add a group. I couldn't find it. Your filters. Ah, yeah. So you can have a drop down here, and you can say that you can allow your users to sort by date, etc. So you can sort, filter by order status. Sorry, these are filter options. Okay, now it looks good, bit decent. If we open our sales record with information, it shows this sales record has 3 line items linked to it, and we want to have few more information here. So for example, we want to have the total price displayed here, and we also need to have a unit price to be displayed here. That is also pretty easy to do. Here you can see inside the data panel whichever data is visible. So we'll just turn on total amount, and inside details view, let's click on this, and it shows 2 fields visible. We will add a unit price, or we'll add a line items price, the total. Line items price is not formatted in currency format. Let's quickly change that. It's a formula field, but we'll apply some formatting to add currency to it. Yeah, now it looks good. We'll open this. Yeah. Okay, now we will add a button. We will add buttons to have all these functionalities. Let's quickly create all these buttons. So the limitation of Airtable interfaces here is that you can't move your buttons anywhere in the layout. So you need to be able to you can only add buttons through this user actions, and it always displays on the top right side. It's fine because it provides a lot more functionality. You can run automations on click, etc. So it's pretty good actually. We will add 4 buttons. Each button, if you click on it, you can configure it on the right side. So we will call this send. Through this they will be able to send this sales order to customer. Initially we'll keep it empty, and for the second button we'll mark it as confirm. For the third button we'll say create invoice. So we will create invoice out of the sales order, and fourth one we'll call it cancel sales order, or confirm, which will be similar to cancel. If you're on a business or enterprise plan, you can control the visibility of these buttons using this visibility. When it is useful is that if your order is already confirmed, then you can disable this button and you can only provide create invoice and cancel options and send option. Okay, let's go ahead and implement this confirm action functionality. Now, if you look at order status, we have draft, confirmed, shipped, delivered, etc. We don't want our sales team to convert a delivered order into a confirmed order, so we will handle that case. We'll come to interface, open this. If you go into confirm button, you can directly update and record here, and you can say that set order status as confirmed. So let's keep this in draft just to see how it looks like. Okay, I'm going inside the preview mode. If I open this and I confirm this order, it's going to change the order status to confirmed, and once the order gets confirmed, your button will change the color because we have specified it like that. Just quickly show you. There is this option to this option to change the appearance and label after the update action gets completed. So here we will say that once the order gets confirmed, we will just say it is confirmed, and we'll just keep the color as white. It's gray itself. Okay. So the problem here is that user will be able to, let's say this order status is delivered, then user will be able to change the delivered order into confirmed order, back to confirmed order. If you don't want this functionality to happen, what you can do is that instead of updating the record here directly, you can create an automation here. So instead of update record action, I'm going to run an automation. I'm going to create a new automation and then call this confirm order. So it will create a new automation. So when the button gets clicked, what we want to do, we want to add a conditional logic that says that if the order status is in draft, then make it confirmed. Alright. Okay, so if order status is draft, then run this action to update this record, saying that sales order record ID we have, and the fields we will say order status and confirmed. Okay, we'll turn this on. Right, okay, now let's try this again. I'm gonna change this as draft. Now in automation, in interfaces, I will preview this. I will go into our sales order. Now if I confirm this, you will see that the automation will start running. Yeah, and then it will get changed to confirmed. Rather, if I go to delivered state and then come back to this interface, if I run this, the automation will still run, but the order status will not get changed. Sorry about that, the dog. One feature I would like Airtable interfaces to have is that after an automation runs, it would be nice if we could display a pop-up or something just to say that why the automation failed or something like that. But yeah, for now this works. Okay, we have seen how to confirm an order. Now let's see how to send this sales order to customer. We want to create a PDF document and then we will send this document to customer. I'm going to go back and change the order to confirm state. Let's implement the send functionality. So I will create another automation here, and then create a new automation. Send sales order to customer. Continue in automations. So I will be using FlexiPage to create the document, but you can use any third-party vendors, and any of them provide you with a script that you can just copy and paste in Airtable automations. So I'm going to go ahead, go to extensions. I already installed the FlexiPage here. I will create a new document, and I will choose this purchase order template. I will not be going too much detail into how to create document, but we'll just add a few basic information. Instead of purchase order, we'll call it sales order, and we'll bring in the sales order ID. Order date. We will be shipping this to customer, and we will choose customer name and customer address. So let's just preview this. I think customer address is empty. Okay, that's fine. We will link this table to sales order line item, and here we will be calling product unit price will be unit price. We'll have quantity field, and then we'll have line item total, line item price. We will save this. There is one small change we need to do here. If you want to add a product's name inside here, we will need to add a lookup record. So I will quickly add that. Lookup from products table, it will be product name. And let's say we will also need a product variant. Product variant. Let's create this. And here, close this and open again. Let's call this document sales order, and set ID as the document PDF name. You have product name along with product variant. Great. Now let's preview this. Yeah, great. So now we have some document. This is still a basic document, like the total is wrong, but that's fine. We'll just implement this functionality of sending this document to customers. Okay, so if you click on this automation script, okay, we need to store the resulting PDF document in an attachments field. So we'll quickly create one more attachments field. We call it sales order document, and in here we'll select this and copy the script. So when this button gets clicked, we are going to run the script. I'll just paste it. I need to add this record ID as an input variable. I'm not going very deep into how to set up this document automation here. You can find videos in my channel to learn how to create this. but we will be focusing more on few other sales order functionalities. Okay, so what happens is that when the button gets clicked and the script is going to run, the script is going to generate a document and it will store it in the attachments field. And once this document gets stored, then we need to send an email. We will say that I will give my own email ID here. You can replace this with your customer email ID. Sales order has you can click here and you should be able to see customer name is available, but you can also, I think you can add it here itself. Edit token. Yeah, you need to add it as a lookup record and then you need to add the customer's email here. Subject will be sales order. Please find the attached sales order. Yeah, and then we'll add this attachment here. So the thing is that if you add attachments here, you can see that it adds the attachment from the data that is available before the button got clicked. Before the button got clicked, there were no attachments, right? So after run a script only you will get an attachment. So we will add one more step here just to find this record. We will say sales order, filter based on condition, and where sales order ID is dynamic is equal to the sales order ID, and we'll get one record limit. And then email it to. Then we'll choose the sales order document from the find record step. Yeah, sales order document. Great. Now let's turn on this automation and let's see if it works properly. Close this. Save and close this. Go to interfaces and go to the second yeah. Now you can see our send button is visible. Change this color to blue. Let's preview this, and if I click on the send button, you can see that the automation has started running. Okay, it has completed running. Let's see if it had created this document. Yes, it had created this document and stored it here. And we can see the corresponding information from sales order ID is correct. Yeah, and we'll see if we got the email. Yeah, you can see that we also got the email and we got the sales order ID correct. I added the auto number field here, but you can add the proper field there. Okay, so we have added two functionalities. One, now we are able to confirm, our sales team will be able to confirm the order, and they will be able to send the sales order to the customer. Now we will see how to create a invoice from sales order. We want to create an invoice that contains the products and same products and quantities from sales order. So what we are going to do is that we are going to repeat a few steps here. Similarly, how we created sales order and sales order line item, we will be creating invoice and invoice line item table. So I'm going to ask Airtable Omni to create a invoice table, add it with few sample data. Once Omni creates this, then we will create a invoice line items table, and we'll make some modifications to the invoice table as well to link it with line items. I'll close this extension, it's not needed. Okay, it has created a sample table. Great. Uh, we can see that created an invoice table, created a due date linked with the customer. It also links invoice with the sales order. Fine, but for now I will remove this. We have invoice status. Okay, let's create invoice line items table similar to invoice line items. We'll call this. Alright, so invoice line items. Okay, before doing that, we'll again change this ID field. So whenever a new record gets created, it will automatically have this format of ID. I'll create this auto number field. Great, and this one I will change it as a formula field. Then I will say INV 1000 plus your ID field. Confirm change. Okay, this looks good. Great. Let's change this invoice line item. This is similar. We will remove all these fields. We will link this with an invoice. We will also link it with product. I will add a product name, product variant and unit price here. And we'll have a quantity column. And then we'll have a line item total. That will be your formula field. Line item price. Formula field will be unit price multiplied by quantity. Okay, this looks great. Let's we will also change the name here. Name will be again a formula field with a combination of invoice and your product. Okay, now let's add an invoice here. Invoice 101 product. Yeah, this looks good. We'll just add a separator. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, let's add 3 line items to our invoice. Product. There are 3 products and 1, 2, 3 multiple products with varying quantities. So this setup looks good. We need to change one more thing. We need to change the total. This total will be a roll-up field. Roll-up invoice total, and we will be combining line items price. Okay, yeah, we got okay, this is working good. Now we'll go to our interfaces. Now what we need to do is that we need to convert this sales order into an invoice. So we have this create invoice button. So once the user clicks this button, we'll run one more automation and we will say create a new automation. So create invoice from sales order. Continue in automation. So if you look at this setup, you see that we have sales order line items. First, these needs to be mapped to your invoice line items. We will first create an invoice table and then we'll create these invoice line items and we will link that line items with the invoice. Let's quickly do this. So when this button gets clicked, I want to create a new invoice record with the customer linking from the sales order. Okay, let's quickly create that. We will create a new record. We will be creating an invoice record, and we will say that customer will be from the place where the button got clicked. Actually, we named the field in the link to record field as customer name in sales order. So I'll change that one. It's just customer here. Okay, so we will create a new invoice and we will set the invoice status as draft. Due date invoice document. Okay. These are all not needed. Okay, let's just preview this step though. We will create an invoice from SO1002 where we have 3 product line items. Then we'll test the step and we'll just generate a preview. And we can see that, our customer is getting mapped to the new invoice data. So now what we have to do is that we need to map sales order line items to invoice line items. We will create we will loop through this sales order line items here, and for each line item we'll create an invoice line item. So we will be looping through, repeat each in no list is selected. Okay, select input list here, and in here we will select sales order line items, and we will create a create record action, and then we will be creating an invoice line item here. In the invoice line item we will link it to our created invoice here. From the create record step, I think invoice number should work, and then we will add products from our sales order current item. We will add the name here, because I think ID will give you the record ID, I guess. Record ID of that particular. Okay. I don't think these both will work. ID and name will return the sales order record ID and the sales order name. So we need to add one more find record step here to actually fetch that information. In sales order line item, we will filter it based on condition. We will limit it to 1, and then we will say when sales order name contains, we'll keep this dynamic here, contains the name from current item, right? So let's test this step though. Yeah, we got great. So there will be 3 items, but I think this is in a looping state here, so it only shows the first looping state result as test results. Okay, let's go ahead and finish creating our record. We will add a product as from find records, from field values. We'll say product, we'll say flatten, product name. Okay, let's test the step and see if our line item record gets generated. Yeah, it is linking to the correct product, and all the other fields will be available. So okay, let's turn on this automation and try it out. Great. I'm going to preview this and click on that button. Before doing that, we also want to see invoices information here as well. So in the detail view, I will also add a invoice here. So once the automation runs, we will be able to see whether our invoice gets created or not. So I'm going to preview this. I'm going to create an invoice. It's running. Okay, it ran. I think it did not create an invoice. Let's see what happened. Let's go to history. It created an invoice and it created line items. It's saying, did we get a new invoice? Yeah, we got a new invoice, and we got why we didn't see was because the sales order linking is not working, or I think we would have forgot it. Yeah, let's quickly add the sales order linking here, and we'll add it from the button clicked step. Sales order ID. We'll update this. I will remove this invoice. Now let's go to interfaces. Let's preview this. And go to 1002. There is no invoice. Now let's create an invoice. Yeah. We could also set some default values to this dates. In here we will also click here and allow our users to open details. So I'm going to preview this. Open. We'll open this one, and we can see that it created customer sales order. It is linked with that sales order. It is in the draft, and we got all our line items here. Now with the current setup, the user will be able to create multiple invoices. But I think it depends on the business needs. Sometimes we will be shipping partial products. In that case, it will be very useful to have multiple invoices linked to a particular sales order. And at last, for cancel, we could directly update our record. You can also write an automation to make sure that fulfilled orders are not getting cancelled. But I'm just gonna add directly here order status to be confirmed or cancelled. Great. So now we have created a sales order system which has 4 functionalities. It can send the sales order document to customer. Users will be able to confirm the order. They will be able to create invoice out of it, and they will be able to cancel the order as well. Okay, great. They will be able to create a new order as well. You can create here add sales order, and you can add more items here if you want. So okay, let's quickly try that. Let's say order date is today and customer is Exchange Offices. It's in draft state. We will add okay, here we need to configure such that our user will be able to create a new line item here. Okay, after searching for it quite a bit around, I found out that it is not possible to create a linked record in an interface form. So the workaround is usually to go to fill out, or you have one more form for line item. First, user will create a sales order without line item, and then they can create multiple line items one by one here. Yeah, but I think this is a feature that would be very useful to have in Airtable form itself. But anyways, let's go ahead and create our next system, which is creating a purchase order automatically based on or inventory reorder level. So we have let's go to data, and we have an inventory table, and in this inventory table we have a quantity and a reorder level. This reorder level means that whenever this product goes below 50 units, then we will automatically create a purchase order and send it to a supplier. You can have a system like maybe a manufacturing order or a work order. When that completes, your quantity goes down, something like that. But for this, we will just manually change it and see whether it is triggering your purchase order. So first, let's create a sample purchase order table. Create a purchase order table, and again we need to create a purchase order line items for it. I will skip over that part and directly show you how to create it using automation. Great, we have a purchase order, and we will do the similar thing. We'll assign an auto number field as ID, and then here we will use it as a formula field, and we'll say PO plus your ID field, right? I think this is star. Sorry. Is this correct? I don't know why it is not working. So we have an ID field now. Let's try it again. Formula, we have an ID field. Great, let's say 1000 plus this ID. Yeah, this is working fine. Now let's just add it with purchase order. I think the brackets are the issue. Oh, sorry, it's and. Okay, now we got a purchase order. And there is a lot of information here. We will stick to the basics. We have order date, we have supplier information. We will remove this product, we will replace it with line items. Similarly, here also we have order status, expected delivery, receiver date, purchase order document. We have some contact information from supplier as lookup records. Fine. Okay, this looks good. Let's go ahead and create a purchase order line items table. Purchase order line items. Let's just call it PO line items. We will call this line item. I'm going to remove all these extra fields. Let's link it to purchase order. Let's link it to product. We'll get product name, product variant, unit price. Let's create a quantity field. Let's also create a formula field to compute a line item price. Formula field will be quantity times unit price. And name will be another formula field, which will be the combination of purchase order I think this one is and product. Yeah. So let's link it to our purchase order. Let's link it to our product. Okay, this looks okay. Let's quickly create an automation to add all this information. I'll go ahead and create a new automation, and this automation I'm gonna call it create a purchase order. Let's call it auto create purchase order. To create purchase order. So our trigger will be like when record matches a condition in the inventory table. Whenever record quantity available is goes below, I can't choose dynamic values here. Reorder. Okay. Or let's say reorder level. Okay. Okay, let's quickly create a formula field then. I'll go here and go to inventory. I'll create a formula field saying that should this formula field is low on stock, and your formula field will be quantity available less than reorder level. Let's create this field. Great. Now we will say is low on stock equals 1. Alright, so let's see, we have our inventory 004 that is low on stock. Let's see if it shows up here. Yeah, so this works. So what we'll do, we'll create a purchase order here. We'll go to create record. We will click on this and create a purchase order. Okay, in the purchase order, we will need to create product line items first, or we'll create purchase order and then we'll create purchase order line items based on the product that is low. And we will need to add supplier information as well, and the supplier information depends on the product as well. So what we'll do is that we'll create a find record here, and we will say we will be looking at a suppliers table based on a condition that the product supplied has any of dynamic any of this product ID, right? So let's test the step. So this works fine. Test action. Okay, let's see whether this product has any supplier P004 here. Yeah, we do have a supplier here, chairs and more. Great. Let's go to automations here. Let's create test action. I think we need to choose a record, I guess. Yeah, great. Then we are creating a new purchase order. In this we will choose our supplier as from the previous step, find record step. Field values, supplier name will keep. Great. We will limit this to one supplier. We don't want to send this to all the suppliers. So if we test action, yeah, we'll get one supplier, and then we'll generate a purchase record, and yeah, we got a supplier here. So this works. Then what we'll do is that we'll create a purchase order line item, and this line item will be based on the products that the inventory became low on. So we'll go ahead and create a record, and here we'll be saying sales order line item, purchase order line item, and then we will choose purchase order from the previous step, previous create record step, purchase order ID, and product from the trigger. We'll have a product ID. Okay, this looks good actually. So let's just turn this automation on, and we'll go to data. So let it be there. In inventory, let's change the quantity available of one of our products, P001. Okay, let's just change this itself. We'll call it 8. I think this should trigger the automation, and we should be seeing a purchase order line item. Sorry, the automation run. It did not. Okay, only if the formula field changes it will run, I guess. Yeah, so here formula field is already 1, so let's try it for here. Instead of 50, let's keep it at 15. Yeah, so your formula field got changed, and now your automation will run. And if we go look at the data, we should have a purchase order. Yes, and we have a supplier here, and we have a line item. Great. We can also create a purchase order document here, and similarly in interfaces we can create a new list for purchase orders, and similarly what we did here in the send action. So if the user clicks on send to a new sales order, it will run this automation, and it will send the sales order to the customer. Similarly, we can set up a send button that sends the data to supplier here. Yeah, so that's it. This is a very simple system. Even though it looks like we did a lot of work, it's a kind of a simple system that does 5 functionalities. We'll be able to confirm, send, and create invoice out of sales orders, and automatically create purchase orders from reorder points. So thanks for watching. See you again.